Universe West, let's go. Sounds delicious. Indeed. We're kind of crushing them here.
That toy was made just for me.
Is it Omen here or is it Illidari? I kind of feel like it's what do you think, chat? Omen I can double trade and it's gonna deal 3 to all, so Omen, okay.
Forces of
Oh, yeah. No, we're just gonna full clear the board. Wait for 16 hours straight? Damn, cost flip. A lot. Any chance we see more Aldred? Yeah. So if one of the many oil tycoon billionaires in the channel say, you know what? I love this content and I want to influence this content. So, you know, maybe this is a little stingy, but I'm going to give a small $50,000 donation to see if the streamer will play the Aldred. And if so, yeah. You like chapter 6? I feel like you're the first person to like chapter 6. Everyone likes chapter failure. But yeah, the chapter, it's actually interesting. The book addresses all these different needs, right? Like all these different weaknesses you might have. DK Bezos.
toy for you.
Bro. Illegal. Ooh, I kind of like this.
Everyone ready for the fight of the line?
I'm just immune for a turn. It seems kind of good, right? Like they just can't deal direct damage, and any minions they develop will get wrecked by the Mechtherodon. Too many weaknesses for the book to address. But yeah, I have gotten so much positive feedback on the book, which makes me happy. I think I went in believing in this book, right? I think it's real good. I think you should read it, right? I think it's fun. Like, go read the intro, and if you're not having fun, don't buy it, right? Like, it's a fun book. It's got a mix of fun and like serious like tips, but I don't know, but it's not like the boring, like you just gotta believe in yourself and just keep on manifesting all that bullshit. It's like it's actually practical, right? Like you gotta think about why the book is like, yeah, so you gotta talk to people and ask them what they're doing. Or think about what you're doing wrong, and people are like, what? Wait, this is insane, chat. I get an immediate Mechtherodon, right? Ooh, but there's board space issues, right? Maybe I wait a turn. Why didn't it show? Doesn't it show when it does this?
Go broke.
So I have to put in the work. Working will help you do well in life. Yes. I don't know. Is the book even talks about like it's important to not just like do the work, but to go get rewards. So I talk about the idea of like it's gonna be very hard to be motivated to learn like classroom Spanish objects. Like, you know, it's boring. No, who cares, right? But if you like just went out to the bar and you know you're with your host family and then you met some beautiful Spanish speaker and you wanted to impress them, it's gonna be a lot easier to motivate yourself, right? Because you just got that immediate feedback. I want to go for the Archimond lethal. More fun. Yeah, so yeah. The book is also talking like, so part of the problem, like when I played piano, is after a while I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't like this anymore. It's not improving my life. But I'd have a really hard time practicing. Then I learned drums. I like saw people thought drums were cool, right? I joined a band, practiced with people, and all of a sudden I was like, I would practice for drums for 2 hours straight some days.
And carry out our lady's will.
So many people get banned. That is in the book. Yeah, yeah. Dude, people give up way too easily.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it! Behave, you rotten drink!
Why am I breathing? What? Hmm. Suck. I guess I take this. You guys want to put this weapon next turn, so.
Oh, have you filled out the paperwork?
Illegal. Bro. That's not good. How much damage do I have here? Is that lethal? Oh, I think I would have lethal if I had board space. But I do not have board space. That is unfortunate. Alright. This is, yeah.
Such choice.
I'm actually like one off. Is it board space? Actually, wait. I'm like seeing there's like a fancy. Likely I'm gonna die here. I don't think I'm very likely.
Time is short.
I don't know, this might be dumb.
Behave, you rotten drink!
fleeting.
How much damage do I have here? So I can go 19. Okay, I just have
Your valor prevails.
100% win rate so far, by the way. 100%. Chat, we got any statistics deniers in the chat? Hey. Like on my it's only 2-0. Dude, you gotta jump on it now.
Ragnaros versus Rexar.
Let's begin. My power is unlimited.
Go 10-0. He threw with going face. Dude, I love all the Twitch experts that that tell the opponent when they're in a rough position that they would have done the right play to win, even though my opponent was, you know, rank 40. They probably know a little thing or two, but not to you. Is the Brokexer package even necessary? You can literally cut all 30 cards of this deck, play a different class, and do that, right? So I would suggest doing that. You know, really, you can play minions and no Minion Demon Hunter, and then Eternal Hold will work when you get to Fatigue. Digital spanking.
My will shall lead us to victory.
Let's see how often you play. Okay, let's talk about why you run Broxier, right? Broxier, so this is a spell damage spell deck. So we can only run spells. So if we cut Broxier, the problem isn't Broxier. It's the problem is we have to cut the 3-mana weapon. We have to cut the first Portal to Argus and Broxier, right? We have to cut 3 different cards. So we make our deck 3 bigger. So we have to replace it with 3 other cards, right? You already played 4 weapons, yeah. So I don't know if you know this. This is a no minion deck. So we have to play more spells and weapons and locations than another deck might, all right? But if you're such a deck building expert, why didn't you just go get #1 legend? You know, I copied this from John Bray, who went 13-3 with it. One of the greatest Hearthstone deck builders. in the history of the game, if not the greatest. All right, and you're just gonna go and be like, I don't think Broxir is very good. All right, you know, I bet you don't even play it without even understanding the basic theory of why you run some of these fabled cards. Oh my god. This is questionable. Ultras. It'd crash out. This is NA, alright? Krampus mode on chat. Dude, I swear, dude, chat just comes in and, you know, they could make their own deck, make their own Twitter post, make their own stream, but they come in and they have the nerve to think that they're deck building experts, all right? And just not only like, they don't even just ask it once, they ask over and over and over, I think you should do this, I think you should do this. It's like, you do that, all right? This is probably too slow. Take another one of these. I think I just want this though. Yeah, look at this. Your leftmost cards here. We can actually do some work here. Dude, timeout backseat gaming. Yeah, I'm more like obnoxiously shaming those who backseat game. All right, I think it's a better solution.
Such choices.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
Are you aware?
These could belong to a brand new species.
Nightmares ever forgotten.
Give me finding.
Shaking a stir.
I really hope we don't top deck something like Eternal Hold here. Want to top? Actually, that would be fine now that I think about it, because I just play all these cards.
Quickly.
They're just clearing their own board here. It's questionable. Well, nice powerful board you got there. Would be a shame. Oh my god, chat, you guys ready for this? Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Do you see what must be done?
I'm just gonna hold here. Chat, that was great. Okay. Yeah, so what is what's like why didn't your opponent play around that? They had a false sense of security because they saw I was running Broxir in my deck, and they're like, Broxir, a terrible card that has no value. My opponent must be terrible. My decisions don't even matter because I'm going to crush them with such ease. That's definitely what happened. All right. Pora? I don't know, dude. It's just whatever. Borat. Wait, what?
Ragnaros versus Rexar.
Bro, it's all very familiar. Chat, has the stream changed or is it the same? Could have won earlier with Brooks. Yeah, I was just so demoralized. You were really into lifting? Oh, okay. I've been less into lifting this year. I still lift, like I've been just lifting like twice a week. I might get back like into it for the new year, because the book will be done. Like I figure, you know, gotta set new goals for 2026. Chad, if there's one thing I know in life, it's that you're never enough and you need to always be striving for more. So I'll have to figure out the way to satisfy that need. And it might be lifting. Oh, that was a favorite reference though. I'm just survive 2026, yeah.
Lush wilds and clear skies. This could be our home.
Same new Mr. Author. Yeah, people are saying good things about the book. People are saying it's helping them. You know, people are saying it's the real deal. Think about buying it. You know, it might change your life. Look. I don't know. I don't really want to do this. Maybe I am supposed to do this. I don't know. It's tempo. Thank you, Arnold. My dog is missing. I did write a book, yeah. We've already sold about 125 copies. And it's only been 3 weeks since it got released. Actually, less than 3 weeks. So, 125 copies. How long did it take? It took me 1.5 years. I started writing it in July of 2024. Yeah, so me and my girlfriend broke up in February of 2024. And then I had like 3 months of depression. And then after that, like, I know this is weird. It's like, I think something in your brain, when you break up with somebody, it's like, you have to be like, oh, I had, you know, this like nice happiness and I gave that up. It has to be for something like book greatness. So yeah, sorry about the book basically, but. Feel like they're getting ready to You published a book? Yeah. The best inspiration? Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's like something I'd been thinking about. So I remember when I was playing Hearthstone, just like trying to figure out, like, I remember Zule made some video and he's basically like, yo, go face, trading sucks. And then I started going face more and I started losing more. And I was like, I don't understand. Do I go face or do I trade? I don't get it. And now I get it, but like, I had to like figure out like what are the like how do you actually solve that problem? Of, like, do you trade or do you face? Depression's very dangerous. I don't know. This is just like a normal. I've been pretty happy lately. Like I could be happier. I was happier when I was like in a relationship. But I don't have like the daily depression. Like usually if I get depressed for like 5 days, and then I figure it out. All right, give me, I don't know, McTherodon. Be nice. Ooh, double these jerkwads is pretty gosh darn good. Okay, honestly, the 6-drop was pretty good there, but this is hard to turn down. This is also hard to wait. Did I play a demon last turn, chat? I don't think I did. We'll see. I did not. More Pee-wee flipping game, I know. I don't know, I'm making like my final push on the character. I want to get to level 100. Then I need to get like tattoos for, you know, and then I think I'm gonna upgrade my curse setup. So I can have get Whispers of Doom, so I can have 2 curses. And then I might try to run some tier 17s, but I mean that honestly is good advice for if you're broke, just get a job and stop spending so less. I mean, it's hard if if housing wasn't so expensive and healthcare wasn't so expensive, like you can live basically if you live with your parents, right? You have their healthcare, and you live like you're not paying rent. It's very like easy to live a cheap life, like a very affordable lifestyle. Right.
I'm the perfect toy for you.
So do I ever turn all my minions into demons here? Dude, it might be the correct play. Because these all kind of suck. Is it this? I don't know. I don't think it is. They'll just take Tar Creeper here. Right, I probably should have weapon hit there. That's kind of good. All right, maybe we can hang in there, NoHandsGamer chat. And I'm truly dead. Cooked. Be on the parents' insurance, I know, right? I mean, I think also once you realize we're almost like.
That didn't quite hit the mark. Time is short. There is no room.
It saved me $800, yeah. But
These could belong to a
But yeah,
brown
like
species.
if you like, housing is incredibly expensive, healthcare is incredibly expensive, but food, like, Chad, I'm learning like you can live even with like increasing food prices. You just can't do fast food anymore. You gotta learn like. But yeah, I go to Jewel on Friday. I get 2 buckets of chicken tenders, or like a bucket of chicken tenders, a bucket of wings, right? That lasts me like 4 days. And don't have to do any work. It's like $20. right? You know?
Quickly.
In chat, like, let's say I had like so minimum wage where I live is $16.60. So in theory, I could just work 3 hours a week if I were, if I were like if I were living with my parents, just to buy my food, and I'd be good. Okay, bro. What do I do here? So close. Cycle a card, I guess. Red card. Probably lethal.
Go broke.
Blood for blood.
Got him. Cook for myself and my girlfriend, yeah. Without going out. Yeah. I also think like, okay. So what's nice is like, let's say you got lots of time, but you have you're not very much in capitalism yet, you know? Well, that's your opportunity to develop cooking skills. And think about it, like, let's say you did a year of investing in like cheap, efficient cooking skills. You know, you read books on it, which that's my book says, go buy a book on things. And you like went on the internet. Then all of a sudden you have a skill, right? Using time as a resource. I know, right? So now you have a skill. And now let's say you meet some hottie, and this person has like high expectations on dining, and you think, oh, I'll never meet their expectations. But then you remember you've developed an amazing skill set, right? So you invite this person over, and you got some candlelight, and you got this, and you, for 20 bucks, you make a 5-star meal, and this person's like, wow, this was amazing. You're so much better than the other people I went out with. And you're like, there's a 5-star hanger helper. Yeah, I know, right? A liver cake? What the heck, dude? I don't even know what that is. I don't get why people do it. Comparing, yeah, I don't know. Tyson Bell. A long line of Tysons. I don't want the crewmates next to each other here, so I'm doing this inefficient play. Nothing gets past my houndy boys. Ooh. It'll be
Straight from Outland. Perfectly balanced.
ooh, we got Altruist. Oh, dude. Dude's so good at this game.
The citadel stands.
Yeah, so my point is like, so people look at I develop skill set to get more money, to get more value, right? You get more money from your job, and then you think, well, okay, now I have more money from the job. I can use that. Wait. Lord Dios insane ever? Or do I want like Rock Skipper because of the synergy with Altruist? I think I just want Rock Skipper. Hey, Lord Dios isn't actually very good. It could be good though, but it's like a lot of mana, so. But so it's the mindset of like, okay, what do you want more? You want more value in your life, right? Getting a job means more money, which you can use to get more value, right? But you can just make more value with your decisions, you know? So, you know, stuff like that. How, like, figure out how to maximize value. And learning how to maximize value in your life will actually make you a better employee, right? Most of what I'm doing in this channel, no, it's more like you just like buy, like if you're me, Chris, you buy the avocados when they're on sale for 39 cents each. You buy some bread, right? And then you cut out those greedy companies that are screwing over us good millennials with their overpriced avocado toast, all right?
Science reporting in.
You stay out of this! You stay out of this!
So the whole point is like the idea of instead of paying a restaurant to give you an ambiance and a tasty meal, you prepare it yourself, and then you get the skill set and you get. Bam.
Science ready. You defile the dead.
All are nourished and the cycle renews.
The citadel stands strong.
It seems bad, chat.
If three rights make a left.
A lower paying job that you want, like, I'm gonna say a nice paying job in the short run. So I stayed at my old job for like probably 2 years longer than I should have. I got laid off, but the reason I stayed is I was learning things still, and I was like getting long-term value, even though like I didn't really like it. I knew I was learning skill sets, getting better at programming, getting better at Excel, getting better at things. So if you're in a low-paying job that you like, but it's like you don't just like it because it's fun. You like it because it's congruent with your long-term goals and your vision of your life. There's a big difference. That's way better than a higher paying job that isn't contributing to your long-term life. right? But so that's what I mean. Like, if you're streaming and you're only making like $10,000 a year, that's not going to be a good life. Like, it doesn't matter if you really like streaming, but what is your but let's say you're streaming and it's helping you get to that next step. We can make 10K a year. Redbeard, I know you make more than 10K a year. I know your viewership. It's we have very similar viewership, so I could take a pretty reliable guess. All right, here we go.
Do you see what must be done?
My blades will sing.
Crap, I screwed up. That's fine. That's weird in the order. I thought this would go first. It was played first. Oh, I don't know. But so yeah, like if you're making 10K a year, but you're living with your parents, you're 21, right? And you're figuring things out, and even if you don't like go into this, like maybe you go into something else entertainment related or gaming related, and you have that skill set of like, I maybe had 50-person stream and I developed some skills. Like, I think that's better. Like, that's gonna be a lot better. But if you're just gonna like going to be at that forever, I don't think you're gonna be very happy. Yeah, I got a drag. I bought a bunch of stuff from China. So you know, now that I realize that Hearthstone is mostly a huge Chinese so what exactly do you do here? Oh, this is awkward. Probably should have hero powered. Chat, the amount of misplays I'm making is kind of out of control. But I think we're still gonna win. Chat, are we 5-0? Did you 10K a year if your parents are paying for your rent and your parents are paying for your healthcare insurance, and they give you occasional rides to go get chicken tenders, is a lot of money. All right. 10K a year if you're living by yourself is poverty. Like, it's like at least in America. All right. So it really depends, you know. I mean, it's up to. Yeah, 10K a year when you have like all your main needs spent for, that gives you, let's say, it gives you about 30 bucks a day to do what you want. So that's like buying something like food wise for 10 bucks and some fun, you know? Maybe some gas money.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
This is bad. You're making 10K. Okay, I'm thinking of when I was making like 20K a year, playing poker professionally. This was kind of my situation. Oh, is it? How close am I to lethal here? I can go Doomguard for 5, right? This is maybe like 7 plus 5. And then I have like Hounds of Fury. But I also could like rush this in. I don't know. I think I'm gonna take this. Close though. Wait, what? That's ridiculous. Why is this 0? Wait, holy crap, chat. Wait, oh no, chat! I made board space issues. No, 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 no. I missed like so many lethals there, alright? Okay, alright, I missed, I got, it was complex, I was confused, alright? Nothing to see there. You know what I didn't realize? Like the way that effect worked? I thought this was just gonna be 0. You know, I'm using emotional language parascable. I'm not using like technical language, so I'm more like if you're making like some money, but your parents are paying for your like major expenses of your life. That can
Ragnaros versus Illidan.
I've never seen No Hands play. Alright. That would have been a good YouTube video too. Chat, this is what I get for talking to chat, alright? But Devout, thank you for the raid, Wonger buddy. Just making my viewers feel at home. Johnny Sins. Okay, what I'm saying, if you're making 24K a year, but you don't have to pay for living, like, so you don't have to pay, you don't have kids, you don't have debt. Basically, you're living with your parents and you have health insurance. It's actually like you're not doing bad, right? 24K a year, if you have to pay for rent and food, God forbid you have some student debt, you're just completely effed beyond saving. It's over, right? You see the difference? That's my point. I was like, Dorian, and I realized Dorian's completely useless. there's also like single living in your own, you know, we're not. Wait. Is a Dread Deserter here? I mean, the Ruby and Egg's pretty good too, but I think I'm gonna take Dread Deserter. The reason we were talking about this, because we were saying like what's better, to be making more with a job that you don't like versus less with a job you like. And I was saying more like, if you're, let's say you're pursuing a dream and you're not making much money, but you're living with your parents, you know, and your life is very purposeful and you're gaining skills, that's going to be a lot different than I'm just making that amount of money, but I'm like 30 and like that's gonna be different, a very different lived experience, right? So that's the point of this conversation. Not like let's analyze like what is objectively poverty, all right?
Take it cheesy.
You should buy the mini set. I'm not gonna like tell you what to do. Frack is not that good a card. If you want to play a Frack deck, you should craft it. If you want to have a burrito, you should like make a burrito. It's gonna cost you something. So what I recommend you do, if you don't know what to do, is you upload your collection into the Hearthstone deck collector tracker, right? Then you can go here, right? And you can see decks and you can sort by exactly how much dust you have, right? Or how much dust is. So you can see, oh, mid-range shaman would cost me 1,600 dust on my Asia account because I don't have Muradin, right? Go do that. I'm not gonna tell you like what cards you should craft, like really. So, all right. You can like, I don't know you. Like, really, what you probably should be doing is like trying to figure out how you can contribute to GDP more, right? That's what I think, but what do I know? I've heard Nissa, like, the quality of life of like, they did some analysis and it was something like they found like we're making $60,000 a year but having no commute versus having an hour commute every day and making $100,000 a year was about equivalently happy. So you might be like better off basically making way less money so that
Take it cheesy.
yeah, which I think is interesting. Yeah, so
Job's done.
but I thought, so how many bombs have I shoveled into their deck?
Your opponent left.
Chat, 83% win rate today. And the one game we lost, I literally missed lethal, alright? free time. But I mean, so that's like, this is like one of the skills that I talk about in the book a lot, of looking at competing values that I swear like human beings are incapable of understanding. They're like, what should I do? You know, what's better? Like, it's like you have to look at a network of things and have an idea of like what you value and find the best compromise. That's what life is, right? And everybody's like, well, do I pick the job where I literally have to like pour water into supply, giving babies cancer at 2 years old to make a decent living? Or do I to follow my dream and literally like have to sell like my human tissue to survive? You know, like there's a middle ground, right? You know? I'm gonna keep the term.
One right between the eyes.
Yeah.
Or I die with it.
There's a middle ground. Yeah. So you're trying to find a compromise of values, right? You know, I talk about the compromise as a Hearthstone streamer is, do you want to be entertaining or do you want to win, right? But winning is entertaining, right? So it's not that simple, but ultimately you have to figure out like what is the most important. We're against music here in the stream, right?
Absolutely not.
It's morally incorrect. Isn't it easier to find something you like and do it very good at as your job? You don't need to compromise. All right, so let's talk about this, Mighty. If people come to like think Twitch streaming and playing video games is that, right? I'm just gonna play video games all the time, and it's just gonna be so much fun, right? And I'm never gonna work a day in my life because I'm living the dream. And maybe there's some truth to that, right? Like maybe there really is some, you know, it is nice playing video games. But if you think that, like, you know, it's kind of go stream for a year and you'll find, oh, this job is much harder than I thought. There's also the things of like, let's say you love music, right? And you want to be a professional musician. You might find that most of what you do is marketing and like carrying around music equipment. And a very small percentage is like performing in front of your fans. So you might love music, but you don't actually get to do the thing you love to make a living. You get to do something else.
I'll put one right between the eyes.
Can I get like 2-turn lethal here? This is 8 2 times. Then I'm short. No, I have it with this. Okay, I'm gonna go. Hang on events, he made over 100K, just sits there and makes small talk. Yeah, I mean, so that's also what like I've realized is like often like what like you think should pay more doesn't. It's like people figure out what the market wants are the ones who make the big bucks. All right. Hit face, please. Alright, please not be dead. Wait, what the heck? I clicked on Feliz Navidad and it like took me to some other video. That's really buggy.
Ragnaros versus Rokara.
There we go.
I want to be a warrior.
Dun, 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 dun. I feel like Hounds of Fury would be really good against Warrior. I'm gonna keep both of them. 86% win rate, chat.
My scorching good cheer.
Happy Feast of Wintervale.
Talking.
Wait, I don't have minions. Can't shield slam without armor, idiot!
All forms of life will be planetary decimation.
Wait, chat, I'm dumb. Alright, whatever. Wanted to do this, but it'll be okay. Why define good? Does anyone else get annoyed when, like, I know when you have like real strict arguments, you need like formal definitions. And to be honest, I do this too, because people say like, what do you like was viable, but sometimes it's like, I don't know, having, I guess we do need definitions to have shared, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12? Am I literally one off lethal, chat? You gotta be joking me.
What is the most flammable?
Oh no, I have it because of wait. Kiki, thank you for the raid. Welcome, buddy. Dude, you're coming in for the 7-1 again with this deck, dude. I'm redeeming himself, NoHandsGamer. Thank you. Hope you have a good one, too. I got the lethal. Good, yeah, okay. That's true. Okay, I completely reversed my position. All right, we need shared. I'm surprised that I argued one point and then completely changed my mind within about like a minute. All right.
Ragnaros versus Illidan.
This ends now. My power is unlimited.
Looking good today, thank you.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it. It dies, or I die with it.
Did you match? I did like. No, it's more like I put like just fun clothing today. But yeah, I got this from China today. This is like $3. You know what's in, like, I love, okay, I buy stuff from China and it's like the quality's actually like not terrible, but it's all like tiny sized. Like you get a like an extra large or something and it's like incredibly small. You get like the biggest size possible and it's still small. Yeah, they need freedom size. I couldn't agree more.
What's your dream destination?
Ooh, puppet theater. Is that ever good? I mean, this is. Do I want to draw 4? What is puppet theater good for me stealing? I can steal like a Mechtherodon. Alright, well. Smaller, it's crazy. Yeah. Dude, when I was in Europe actually, big man, yeah. When I was in Europe as well, just like, I don't know, everything feels very like compressed, right? And you like, I don't know. Okay, so I had this friend, and his brother like got married to a British lady, and they're living in England, right? And now he comes back to America, and he shouldn't like a true, you know, he gets married to some British girl, and he's talking about how great it is that the portions are so small, you know? He's like, oh, you don't gain weight because the portions are reasonably sized. And it's like, you mean like I'm still hungry afterwards? You know? Oh, and then I'm like having to spend all this money for nothing? I'm sick of this music. Really sure what I'm supposed to do here.
Job done.
Isn't US? Yeah. It's the one thing we're truly number one in, alright? Okay? You know, we say we're number one, but look, find one country that can keep up with our rates of obesity, alright? Cuts. Mexico, yeah, so we got yeah, that's why we'll have obesity over 60-70%. Okay. Wait, son of a... I found a loophole to heal for 9 here. You jerk. I really don't want to heal them. Dude, Magikarp, you're gonna have to go like on Christmasify all these emotes eventually. So, anyways, but yeah, what was I gonna say? Like, I like if I go to some restaurant, right? I want to, even like when you go to these like, you know, if you've ever gone to these really fancy restaurants and you spend too much money for like a small proportion, you know? I think I'm, this is so rough. I'm so close. They've done a good job of stabilizing. Oh God. Draw me like a whole bunch of nothing. Oh no, if I'd gone this first, chat. Oh, I would have had it. No, I'm off. Damn. Yeah, like zero miss. That sounds bad until you realize that's like 90% of capitalism, right? Chat, why do you think I wrote the book? Okay. I didn't have it. What are you talking about? You could freeze all, they just hit face with the 8-5 and it goes face.
Ragnaros versus Rexar.
I could have done that. I might have still not died with that, but beyond, all right, whatever. Copy enemy with location. So I spend 4 mana and I get a 1/1. What are you talking about, dude? I swear chat just makes shit up every day. They're like, why don't we just defy the laws of the game?
Time moves quickly.
Lush wilds and clear skies. This could be our home.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
Can this deck work with Quest better? So I'm like, if you play 1,000 games with this deck and this deck with Quest, probably eventually there'll be one game that you do better. We're running the terrible card that is Quest, right? Maybe 10,000, right? So it can.
These could belong to a brand new species.
I found a sea urchin.
Can we find it?
Is there any location druid is doing quite well? So it's got a high win rate. You have to decide if it's impossible to play. All right. I did poorly with it, but I've looked at the stats. I've seen other people playing it.
I found this.
Nice, Vendetta.
Here's a finding.
Okay, let's see if anyone's posted in book picks yet. That one's posted. All right. Give me the McTheridon. Son of a not McTheridon. Did I play a demon last turn? I don't think I did. So, guess I slammed down Wretched Queen here.
Fall before the imp's gambit.
Jungle not scary. Jungle fun.
These could belong to a brand new species.
I moves quickly.
Here's a finding.
Bro, these +2 healths actually just ruined me. But that's such a strong play. Alright, well, I'm cooked, chat. Our deck can't beat like 36 health worth of taunt, which is not what our deck is good at. Alright. Let's see if I can discover some sort of bullshit minion that can save me here.
I must gather my power.
I'll be right back, I'm gonna get some water.
These could belong to a brand new species.
I found a sea urchin.
Here's a finding. Here's a finding.
Time is short.
Here's a finding.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifacts? I could.
Lush wilds and clear skies. This could be our home. Sisters, my will shall lead us to victory!
To my blade. Mysterious storm. What is your wisdom?
Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes!
Drink with me, friend.
Time is short.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
These could belong to a brand new species.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifacts? I could!
And finding
Time is short.
and finding.
Death calls.
What exactly did you do here?
I have but little time. cannot be contained.
Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes.
All right, master.
Got him. Shit, no one's taking a book pick yet. Should I wait for method to queue? Wait for method to queue. It's more just like, it'd be cool if we had a whole bunch of people in the Hearthstone community with their picture of the note, like with the book, right? So, I think that would be fun. And we, we all have this, like, this book we're reading. Those are real life pictures. I mean, you can edit your face with AI, right? Where do you put the, so you click on the Discord link, right? And it brings you here, right? You continue to Discord. And it shows you book pictures, alright? And right now I'm the only one with a book picture there.
King!
Serve me in death. My power is unlimited.
Is that a Goku hat? It is a Goku hat. But what if we can't read? Well, you don't need to read to take a picture with you in the book, right? You just need to be able to take a picture.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it.
Dude, MTD, the chat that cried lethal.
I have but little time.
Ooh, I would do that. That would, I should send one to Fury Hunter. Yeah. And to Monsanto, I forgot about that. If they wait a month, I could send him a signed copy, but...
I have but little time.
We got this, Fyros. My pain levels are right now kind of at an all-time low, which is great.
Surely this way is west.
April Fool's. Nothing gets past my hounds. Our decreers will suffer endless torment.
Dude, wait. Dude, the FTD, dude, chat has been like ruthless today, or relentless on their incorrect backseat gaming, alright? Feliz Navidad. Are you waiting for the new mini set? I'm waiting for the new mini set as just like I'm waiting for death to finally give me its cold embrace. Or I can just enjoy the game for what it is right now.
Anything to declare?
Wait, what? That's so annoying, chat. That's like really bad.
What little time.
Things you talked about? Yeah, so I have really strong paradigms around why chronic pain happens. I have very strong opinions that I can't really prove through books I've read, but it's hard to have a conversation on chronic pain because people will get really offended. Even when somebody suggested when I was 21, like where it's like, they're like, oh, you might have mental health problems. And I was like, no shit, Sherlock. I'm in constant pain and I can't do anything and I'm a loser now because like I lost all my friends, lost my sense of community because of my pain. Obviously, I'm going to be depressed, right? Like, oh, if I could just whoop me go, have my depression go away. Like the great insights here, you know? But it might have been more true than I thought, so...
Before the end is damned.
But yeah, so it's a thing of like, so one of the things you have to like know is that when you have chronic pain, one of the fundamental hard things you have to deal with is you have to know that your signals aren't necessarily reality. So
I remember this place.
let's say you feel like a fear. You're walking down the street and there's somebody behind you, right? And you feel this sense of fear. That fear is there to protect you, right? But then you look at them and it's like no threat, right? Like you just were imagining this, but it might have been a threat, right? That's kind of the issue. So with chronic pain, the idea is like that your brain thinks that you're kind of in danger, right? So it thinks that like something's wrong with your body, even though your injury is healed. But like, that's hard to tell somebody because the pain will literally like overwhelm you, right? And you can't, like, it will break you. And you have to have such strong conviction of will. And sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes you have to change your habits. There's a lot going on with chronic pain. And you have to have such strong paradigms about what pain is and what's causing it in order to beat it. And that's very, very hard. And if I probably wasn't open to pushing the pain can be right and can be wrong. That's what's hard about it. So sometimes pushing the pain will get you a year's worth of chronic pain. Sometimes you need to rest. And sometimes you do need to push through the pain, but basically it's not that simple, right? And that's really hard. And like, I read the chronic pain books that I read by this author 10 times. I watched videos on the internet. Once I got in some of the things, it is similar to ghost pain. Yep. I mean, think about what the ghost pain is, right? Your brain is signaling that you have a pain, literally where there's no limb, right? It's divorced from reality. Your brain is signaling my hand that doesn't exist is having pain, right? Because it got chopped off, right? Like you lost it in war or something like that, right? So I think like if you have something like ghost pain, phantom limb syndrome, it's easier with some of the methods I use to get rid of that, because it's easier to get rid of that because you can have a very strong picture that something in your brain is causing it and that your hand isn't actually like hurting, right? Yeah. So I was going back to the gym every day, right? And I would have pain flare-ups. This is like, it's like 4 years ago. You know, I've been streaming this and my pain would be doing really good. And I have a bad pain flare-up and my leg would be really like, people don't know my leg was historically the worst thing, was worse than my hands. My leg's doing really good nowadays. I go for long walks every day. But yeah, my leg, my left leg, so I had pain, and I would say, you know what? Doing 45 minutes of walking around the gym at a light pace and lifting weights isn't gonna hurt me. I'm gonna push through this, and I'm gonna be fine, and I'm not gonna do any damage, and I might be in pain, but it's gonna be fine. And I would have to do that. I would say, like, what is the thing that, like, I would say, like, literally 3 days ago, I was doing so much more activity. Doing 45 minutes today is not going to hurt me, right? So you start off with these small beliefs around your pain, and you gradually build up to more and more. You know, I talk about some of the activities, but I'm doing lots and lots of physical activity now that a few years ago was completely out of the question. Interesting. So... small pain turns into big pain. So that's why it's hard, right? I've had both experiences. I've had you keep pushing it. So here's another situation. Every time you're in pain, you completely stop your activities. You completely stop your life. You're rewarding your brain with, this is incredibly dangerous. I am incredibly fragile. We need to be hyper careful. And if you're trying to fight that belief in your brain, your actions are completely always doing that, and your pain will persist. That's kind of the hard part, right? And that's why getting over chronic pain is so freaking difficult, right? Yeah, so that's the big thing of, like, people hurt their backs, they stop all exercising, and then they're not exercising, they're not doing anything, and their pain gets way worse. So I don't know what you're saying, Bellry. Breathing, interceptive and perceptive. I don't know. Vestibular. I don't know half of those, what those mean. Please slap me, Mr. Streamer. Will do. I'm not gonna check it out until you convince me that you have something to contribute. I don't know what you're talking about. I generally don't like when people put like a bunch of, I don't know. I know there's a trend on social media where people are like, I have a PhD, and then they put a bunch of smart words like slammed together that don't really make sense. And they're like, just do what I say, instead of like, you know, what is vestibular breathing? Like, you know, breathing, like I'm breathing. Like you have to be more specific, all right? On like what your point is here. Whatever, dude. All right, I just, I'm smart enough. I know big words. Yeah. Well, I think like part of what what the subcontext is that you're trying to communicate. Oh shit, democracy with them. Okay, Crony. I don't know. Any diet, I tried a bunch of diets, none of them helped. I have found keto has kind of helped before, but it's also made things worse before. I find good mental health helps with chronic pain, and sometimes diet helps with good mental health. So if you're doing a diet that's helping with your mental health, it's likely to help your chronic pain. I've done 3-day fasts. I've done literally all these things. They're not what it's about, right? I've done literally every one of these bullshit, oh God, I'm so close to lethal here. I think we go for it off of, did I get it? I did not get it. Guess I'll do work mishap here. I'm checking on Dorian, trying fixing. Yeah, I don't know. Chad, I eat nothing but like chicken tenders and like quesadillas these days, and my chronic pain's never been lower. All right. Here's 9 pages of math. Yeah. Well, it's like, dude, I've looked at other scientists, and other scientists know like. We don't really know there's a multiverse. It's like there's a theory, right? But it's kind of like, I don't know.
My power is unlimited.
Is it like Roger Penrose who gets like, I'm trying to think of like which guy. It's like really about multiverses. But he's 94 years old, damn.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it.
I mean, I've done keto. Like, I've had phenomenal results for it. Do you do stretches for hands? I don't do any stretches. I used to do all the stretches. I did literally everything. Of like yoga, swimming, diet, fasting, meditation, weird like treatments. No, not a single one of them helped. Really, at the end of the day, it was like how I interpret things within my nervous system and how, like, so totally told the devil. I have not, or have I?
choices.
Yeah, I mean, so also, so here's I have it. I really like I felt Doctor Strange. That movie was about me. Like it was you know, he loses his whole sense of purpose. You know, I very much vibed with that movie. What was I gonna say? We'll use his foot through things I know. No, but I did meet a guy at a board game night. So I had my problems with my hands, and I would have a big. My hands were doing so bad, and I would bring like one of those card holders. So I would have somebody put the cards in it, and people were really nice. But I remember there was this guy next to me, and he didn't have arms, but he would like hold his cards with his feet, and also his other foot he would eat popcorn. And he was like so good with his feet. So he's like eating popcorn and then holding his cards and like making me look like an amateur, where I like didn't have access to my hands, where my hands would hurt, but like, you know, they wore some skills. I don't know. It was like kind of like in retrospect a little iffy to be like, all right, you're eating popcorn with the, you know, they had free popcorn at the board game night. Of our legs, the insights from chat every day. Son of a Healy boy. This game is for retired viewer. I played a lot. I've played so many board games. The problem with board games is that I'm like chat. Remember, like I literally play a card game online professionally, and I'm one of the best players in the world. So when I would play board games with just random people at board game night, I would annihilate them all. So it was kind of I do like I played chess in high school. I played chess all through first through like 12th grade. I think chess is lame now. Not enough RNG, all right? Dwayne could be competing with the worlds. You know, I'm like by one of the best, like we're talking just slightly out of the range of worlds. All right. I am one of the best of them. Like chat, I am top 3 in America, all right? All right, this is it was graphic. She calls no. Exactly. Gives Patsy, yeah. Hearthstone is actually more similar to chess than it is to poker. So poker, you learn so Hearthstone is more similar to poker on the mental game, but the actual tactics are more similar to chess. Chess is very tempo based and like board based, right? Same thing with Hearthstone. Poker is all about like winning in the long run and playing to outs, which are skills in Hearthstone, but that don't really matter up until you're in like top 1,000 legend. So like if you know how to spend your mana, put shit on the board, and go for like a efficient board push, you can get top 200 without understanding much else.
This fight was official. Send your demons.
Seeming pretty good, chat. Seeming pretty good. Why do you make it seem like a children's card game is rocket science? Play Arc Nova, I don't. Chad, I play Wait, did they not realize these Taunty boys would show up here?
Fall before the end of damage.
You are not the boss of me.
Is it easier? No. It's harder. I actually think like it seems easier because people have gotten better. So I even was talking to Pocket Train. He was watching like one of the original worlds, and the amount of like obvious misplays that the best players in the world made. Part of it was that like the game wasn't as figured out, you know. What do I do here? Last turn it was, but like it's not really important. Like I'm trying to win with tempo. Like trying to win with disruption is not correct. So like I played it. I have to move another card, right? So the art of pushing down.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
All right, chat. I just need to get like Ildari Inquisitor here, right? Or maybe like Ragnaros. I don't know. Ooh, this is good, but like I feel like Window Shopper is better. What do you think, chat? Wait. So this guy, Ferocious Felga, gets me 2 of the 8/8s. Lethal? A spell face? Wait. 6 life? Oh, it always goes face? Oh, you're right. This is how it works. Okay.